In the heart of the quaint town of Crestwood stood an old library, a relic from a bygone era. Its tall, ivy-covered walls and large, stained-glass windows gave it an air of mystery and grandeur. The library had been closed for as long as anyone could remember, its doors locked and its secrets hidden away. Rumors swirled among the townsfolk about the treasures and knowledge that lay within its walls, but no one had ever dared to venture inside. That was until a group of friends, Sophie, Ben, and Mia, decided to uncover the library's secrets. Sophie was an adventurous and curious girl with a love for history. Ben, her older brother, was a tech-savvy teenager who enjoyed solving puzzles, while Mia, their neighbor, was an aspiring writer with a vivid imagination. Together, they made the perfect team for an adventure. It all started on a warm summer afternoon when the three friends were hanging out at Sophie and Ben's house. They were bored and looking for something exciting to do when Mia mentioned the old library. "I've always wondered what's inside," she said, her eyes sparkling with excitement. "What if we tried to find a way in?" Sophie and Ben exchanged glances. The idea was tempting, and the thrill of an adventure was hard to resist. "Why not?" Ben said with a grin. "I've heard there's a hidden entrance somewhere. Maybe we can find it." With their plan set, the trio gathered their supplies, flashlights, a map of the town, and some snacks, and set off towards the library. The sun was setting as they arrived, casting long shadows over the cobblestone streets. The library loomed before them, its grand entrance sealed with a heavy wooden door. They circled the building, looking for any signs of a hidden entrance. After what seemed like hours of searching, Sophie noticed a loose stone in the wall behind a thick curtain of ivy. "Guys, over here," she called, pulling back the ivy to reveal a small, hidden doorway. Ben and Mia hurried over, their hearts pounding with excitement. The door was old and rusty, but with a bit of effort, they managed to pry it open. Inside, the air was cool and musty, and the only light came from their flashlights. The narrow corridor led them into the main hall of the library. Rows upon rows of towering bookshelves stretched out before them, filled with dusty tomes and ancient manuscripts. The sight was both awe-inspiring and intimidating. "Wow," Mia whispered, her voice echoing softly in the vast space. "This place is incredible." Ben's eyes were already scanning the room for any signs of hidden compartments or secret passages. "Let's split up and look for clues," he suggested. "There has to be something here that will lead us to the library's secret." They each took a different section of the library, carefully examining the shelves and the walls. Sophie found herself drawn to a large, ornate bookshelf at the far end of the room. As she ran her fingers along the spines of the books, she noticed one that seemed out of place. It was thicker than the others and bound in dark leather with no title on the spine. Curious, Sophie pulled the book from the shelf. To her surprise, it didn't come out completely. Instead, it triggered a mechanism, and the entire bookshelf began to move, revealing a hidden passageway behind it. "Guys, over here," she called excitedly. Ben and Mia rushed over, their eyes widening at the sight of the secret passage. "This is it," Ben said, his voice filled with excitement. "Let's see where it leads." With their flashlights cutting through the darkness, they ventured into the passageway. The walls were lined with old, crumbling stone, and the air grew colder as they descended a spiral staircase. At the bottom, they found themselves in a small, dimly lit room. In the center of the room stood a pedestal with a large, ancient book resting on it. The book was bound in rich, dark leather, and its cover was adorned with intricate gold designs. Sophie approached it cautiously, feeling a sense of reverence. "This must be the library's secret," she said softly. "But what does it mean?" Ben examined the pedestal and noticed an inscription carved into the stone. "It's in Latin," he said, squinting to read the faded text. "It says, 'Knowledge is the key to unlock the past and shape the future.'" Mia stepped closer to the book, her writer's intuition piqued. "Maybe this book holds the key to something important," she suggested. "We should take it back and study it." Carefully, they lifted the book from the pedestal and made their way back up the staircase. They returned to Sophie's house, eager to examine their find in detail. They spread out their supplies on the kitchen table and opened the book. The pages were filled with handwritten notes, sketches, and symbols that seemed to be part of a complex code. "It's some kind of journal," Sophie said, flipping through the pages. "Look at this, it talks about ancient civilizations, hidden artifacts, and even maps." Ben's eyes lit up. "This is amazing. It's like a treasure map for knowledge. We need to figure out what this code means." The three friends spent the next few days deciphering the journal. Ben used his tech skills to research the symbols and cross-reference them with historical texts. Mia's imagination helped them piece together the stories and clues hidden in the journal, while Sophie's keen eye for detail caught subtle hints and patterns. Finally, after hours of work, they cracked the code. The journal revealed the existence of a hidden chamber beneath the library, containing a collection of rare and powerful artifacts from different periods in history. These artifacts, if brought together, had the potential to unlock untold knowledge and wisdom. With their newfound knowledge, the trio returned to the library, determined to find the hidden chamber. They retraced their steps to the secret passage and followed the instructions from the journal. The passage led them deeper underground, through a maze of tunnels and hidden doors. At last, they reached a large, ornate door covered in the same symbols as the journal. Ben carefully entered the combination they had deciphered, and the door swung open with a loud creak. Inside, the chamber was filled with artifacts, golden statues, ancient scrolls, jeweled relics, and mysterious objects of unknown origin. The sight was overwhelming, and the friends could hardly believe their eyes. "This is incredible," Mia whispered, her voice filled with awe. "We've discovered a treasure trove of knowledge." Sophie walked slowly through the chamber, marveling at the artifacts. "These items must have been collected over centuries," she said. "We need to document everything and share this with the world." Ben nodded in agreement. "But we also need to be careful. This knowledge is powerful, and we can't let it fall into the wrong hands." They spent hours cataloging the artifacts, taking pictures, and making notes. As they worked, they uncovered more secrets about the library's history and the people who had guarded it. They learned about a secret society of scholars and explorers who had dedicated their lives to preserving and protecting knowledge. As the days turned into weeks, the friends became more immersed in their project. They shared their discoveries with trusted historians and researchers, ensuring that the knowledge would be used responsibly. The town of Crestwood soon became known as a hub of historical research and discovery, attracting scholars and adventurers from around the world. Sophie, Ben, and Mia's lives were forever changed by their adventure. They became celebrated figures in the academic community, their names synonymous with the pursuit of knowledge and discovery. The old library was restored and reopened, becoming a beacon of learning and exploration. Years later, as they stood together in the library's grand hall, watching as new generations of explorers and scholars delved into the library's secrets, Sophie reflected on their journey. "We've come a long way," she said, a smile on her face. "But there's still so much to discover." Ben nodded, his eyes filled with determination. "The world is full of mysteries, and we'll continue to uncover them." Mia, ever the storyteller, added, "And we'll make sure these stories are told, so that knowledge is never lost." Their friendship had been forged in the pursuit of knowledge and adventure, and it remained strong through the years. They knew that their journey was just the beginning, and that the world held endless possibilities for those who dared to seek them. And so, the secret of the old library became a legend, inspiring generations to come. The library stood as a testament to the power of knowledge and the importance of preserving history. It reminded everyone that the pursuit of knowledge was a noble and worthy endeavor, and that the secrets of the past held the keys to a brighter future.